Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.
Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Rusty from Porky's Corner. The biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that you don't say. There, you coops, or you Puppy Parsons. Oh, Puppy Parsons, eh? Bless him. He's only a young gun, isn't he? Eh? He's easily misled. So be nice to him, Eddie. Don't use and abuse him. All right. Be nice to him. Right. Let's get stuck in. Let's see what's happening in this lovely sport called boxing. Let's try and be positive today instead of negative. Right. John H. Stracey. Oh, he's come out. He's had a pop at you, hasn't he? Big Joe Egan. He says on his Facebook, and I quote, that Mike Tyson told him he couldn't remember sparring Joe Egan. Oh, Big Joe Egan. It's like his moniker, isn't it? Big Joe. He couldn't remember sparring him. John H. Stracey, a former WBC world champion. I've actually met him. I've got a photo somewhere. I interviewed him. In fact, he took a picture of me and his wife. A Dewey ex-boxers meet-up thing at Mexborough. So, yeah. So he says it didn't happen. And Mike said that he don't remember saying that he was the toughest white man on planet. So over to you, Joe. It's all coming on top for you, isn't it? All your whoppers that you tell. Hey, I'm enjoying this. I haven't even started yet. No, pop, pop, bang. What else has been going on? The Gad piped up. Sticking it to Carl Froch. What is it with the Gad? What is it with you? Why are you sticking it to the Cobra? You on IFL. And then you're going on about Natasha Jonas and Mayer. It's old news that now. You can see 7-3 and you can see 6-4 Mayer, but you gave it a draw. How can you see 7-3 and 6-4, but you get it a draw then? So what are you seeing? You need to take them blue glasses off that you're wearing, you goonie. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Look, you're going to go into bat for whoever's looking after you at the time. If it's Fury giving you access, you're going to go into bat for Fury. If it's Eddie Hills giving you favours and doing well for you behind the scenes, you're going to go into bat for him, aren't you? That's all you're going to do. You're going to go which way the tide's going, aren't you? That's all. You're not going to swim against the tide or upstream like me. So I always go against the grain. Always remember that, Gaddy. I never go with the in crowd. I go against them. All right. Here's what it is. When everybody had them 80 quid ZX 650s at school, I had the £23.50 Patrick Stabills. I always went against the grain. Probably because I couldn't afford it. Not me paper round money. So it is what it is, isn't it? But what can you do? But the Gad then went on to say that Bombay Dave deserves his place on Sky Sports. Hey? Yeah. So this is what they do. They get rid of Carl Froch at Sky Sports. You know, all of fame. Boxer, you know. You like to think he knows a little bit about the game, wouldn't you? You know him being a 4-time world champion, 11 wins over world champions, British title outright. How many have done that in recent times? You know, being in with the best of the best. Ring Magazine, pound for pound, number 6. Who's number 6 today? Who would you put at number 6 today? So it's not bad, is it? He's the highest ranked Ring Magazine pound for pound guy, is he? The highest one we've had in recent times. Anybody been higher than 6 from Britain? There's nobody in the top £10 for pound, is there, from England at the moment? Nobody. The Cobra were number 6. But we'll get rid of him and we'll get Bombay Dave doing his job. We know a song about that, don't we? Like you do. Like you do. Now, that's like Sky getting rid of Roy Keane and giving Kevin a job here at Sky, isn't it? Ex-Donny Rovers, who did his knee in day before his debut as a 16-year-old at Rovers. All over, wasn't it, before he'd even played. He got tackled by a big old miner on backfield. I were there. I was there as a little kid watching all these grown men on a Sunday afternoon flying in. Showing off one he got done in by Glyn Levers, did his knee in. Big old coal miner. Football career over. That's like Sky saying, you know what, Kevin, forget all that horse racing carry on you're doing and packaging and messing about with Porky's Corner with Russell. Come and be a Sky pundit because you know what you're on with. That's like that, isn't it? Getting rid of Roy Keane and slotting Kevin. Well, that's what Sky have done. They've got rid of an Hall of Famer, Bombay Dave. You don't know what you're doing. Jobs for the boys, isn't it? Horsecock. John Fury. Big John Fury, big fighting man. 200 kilo deadlifts with his Corey. 140 kilo bench press. Cold. Just for a warm up. He's piped up, said that nobody would say up to his face in jail because they were feared and that they had to shout out at window. Well, when I were in jail, I would have been the gangster. I was one of the window gangsters who was shouting out at window all day. Locked in my box 24 hours a day. There's no else to do. Just drive yourself mad, don't you? Listen, John, you were like a mouse in there. You know it, so stop it. Stop with these Fantasy Island stories. Which brings me to the White Wino. What's happened to White Wino? Dave Allen. Well, he's still tied to Big Ron, isn't he, for a couple of fights, apparently. But this is how I look at it. Him and Big Ron are going to make another run for it this year. Run from where? Run to where? He only wants 3-4 rounders and he's getting out of sport. It's always just that one more, just that one more. Look, when you're walking around looking like, where's old Gummidge? It don't look good, does it? It don't look good. So I'm going to give you one last bit of advice, David. Go have a shave. Shave all your hair off. It'll cleanse your mind. Shave all your hair off, bald with a razor, because it grows back quick, yours. Shave your beard. Get on the scales first thing in the morning after you've done all that. Then get an hot bath. Put some clean clothes on that look nice and that match. Right, get a new pair of socks on, brand new, a new pair of trainers, and go for a walk in 2 hours in one direction, 2 hours back. No phone in your hand. No phone in your hand. None of that on treadmill on your phone. No phone in your hand whatsoever. Go for a walk, 2 hours one way, 2 hours back, and clear your head. And then sit down and have a look around you. And say, look, I'm approaching 32 years of age. You're still younger than It's Big Freeze, the giant abominable snowman. Hey, the giant Karamak Easter egg. It's Big Freeze is older than you. It's Big Freeze is older than you. And he's got it all in front of him. But with you, it's all behind you. So go do that. And then look into the mirror after you've done that and look at yourself and say to yourself, did I give myself the best opportunity to get on in boxing? And what will the answer be? The answer is no, innit? No. It's never too late to start again. Don't keep talking about it. If you can't do the fitness part, you're no good. There's a job centre down the road in Mexborough. only a couple of miles away, the job centre in Mexborough. Get walking to the job centre and go have a look. Go be a fireman. You used to tell me you wanted to be a fireman, David, didn't you? Forget all this training, Stevie Levy and Joe Hayden. You know. Yeah. Forget all that. Yeah. You know, don't you? Right. Forget that. Because that's just going to get you in. That's not for you. Forget all that. Think of your stand. You've still got 3 or 4 years left in sport. We don't want to see you bumming about with a big Peter Sutcliffe beard like some dosser about 24 stone in a couple of years, like some waste man, gagging to get on a 4-rounder for some low show or something that nobody's even going to watch, just paying to get on show. What is that? Come off social media, turn your phone off, shave your head off, shave your beard, and just train like a Trojan. I told you this 2 years ago. Do it for 1 year and get yourself in fantastic shape, and then come back and people will buy into you. They're not going to buy into your sob stories and bitter stories. And say, oh, it's not about money, it ain't about money, it was never about money, I'd have fought for free. But why did you tell Bricktops a lot that you wanted an extra money on top of the offer for Dubai if it weren't about money? Because that's what other people were getting in here. Your Darren Barkers, your Eddie Earns. Forget them. They're not your mates, are they? You now know that, don't you? There's no mates in boxing. All that boxing family. People will tell you things, right? Well, they'll put your arm around you. Like Big Ron, he'll tell you something. But they're not your mates. They don't do mates, them people. It's just something in boxing promoters. They don't do mates. They do money. That's why they're millionaires, David. You know, good to Big Ron. I don't know what he's told you, but forget all that going on a Big Ron show this year. Big Ron, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Big Ron. David, you know it's rubbish. You know and I know it's rubbish. But a part of me says it's unlucky for you and it's tough shit. You remember, don't you, in the restaurant? We're back up on weight at restaurant in my Mazda 6 Sport. Me and you and that Ingram Jones ploughing down M18. And I said, Ingram, when we get up motorway, turn that camera on him. As soon as I get onto motorway. We get onto motorway and he went, what did you do? He tried to climb under the seat. And why? Because you didn't want to be on Porky's Corner, did you? Yeah. You didn't want Eddie to see, did you? What happened after that in restaurant? Me, you, Curtis Woodhouse, Ingram. What happened? When you were sat next to me and Dennis went to take a photo, only having crack, you pushed the plate of fish and chips off at the table. I caught it. I only had an Oasis because I'd had my band done. And what did Dennis say? What you done that for? I caught it. You went, well, I don't want Russ to put it on Twitter and Eddie to see it. You're cunning like a fox. Why would you be frightened of Eddie Hills? You never had a deal with him. Worried about what they think. But when it come down to cold, hot light of day, he never went into bat for you, did he, Eddie? He dropped you like a stone. Well, he didn't drop you like a stone. How are you, Eddie? He just put you on mute. That's what these people do. Don't take it personally. It's just boxing. It's how it is. But when you're doing interviews on IFL with Kugan and you're going on about drug cheats, forget Canelo and all the others cheats abroad. Why didn't you mention Conor Benn? Because you're cunning, aren't you? You're not going to mention Conor Benn to Kugan. This is mate, innit? You're not going to burn your chances trying to get back on an Eddie show, are you? So you've still got your begging bowl out. We still like that for Eddie, because if you're going to go on about drug cheats, there's only one drug story to go on about, isn't there, Dave, really? And that's Crusher, innit? So, am I bothered that you're on Skid Row? No, you're not on Skid Row. You've done all right at that job, but as regards boxing, you are on Skid Row as regards boxing, but it's your own fault. Let's have it right. It's your own fault. You've had more chances than anybody. It's your own fault. People around me are upset. Oh, he's a nice lad and all that. Whatever. You've had the opportunities. All you got to do is get up in the morning, put that effort in. If I can do it, you can. In half my age. If I can do it, you can. There's no such thing as I can't do it or don't want to do it. You don't want it. But when in a few years, when it's all over, you'll want it then. but then it'd be too late. It's maybe too late now. You've got to put the effort in. We're on our old ground now. It's boring. So get your violins out. I don't want to see you on IFL blubbering about coulda, woulda, shoulda. Old news. Absolute old news. I just want to come back to meet me dad, to have more fights than me dad and more fights than me granddad. Is that the operation now, White Rhino 25.2? Oh, I'm coming back now, in for my family or to beat gambling or food addiction or whatever. It's just to have more fights than my granddad and my dad. Load of rubbish. Don't end up like certain people whose career end. They end up bar, don't they, like that? Yeah, it's a tough game, that boxing. Tough game. Yeah, I could have done something. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Don't be that guy. Told you that 10 years ago. You won't listen. What do I know, though? What do I know? Do you know what I mean? Is that the plan? You know, it's either that or just crawl back under duvet. Pull duvet over your head and just stay in bed for another 2 days depressed. You know, you can have your kids laid up bed with you, can't you? Because if they're at that age, that's wrong mindset. Wrong mindset. Just have more kids. Have more kids and go on social. It's like the rest of them do. That's what you should do. Have the world in your hands. If you're not going to put the effort in, it's no good, is it? It'd be like Vladimir. They sent you home early, didn't they? Sparring with Vladimir. You end up going home, didn't you, after 5 days? Who's sick one? What's happened there? You've got to put the effort in to get it back. You need shaking into life. Before you know where you are, it's too late. You know. Listen, I give Ginger Armpits a load of stick, don't I, David, on here, right? Ginger Armpits, when he had that red merc, like that black and iron. Morning, he'd pick you up. Afternoon, pick you up and drop you off. And at night, pick you up. 3 sessions a day. That lad came down for you 3 times a day because he believed in you. Am I right? So he saw something that Dennis saw. If you're not going to put the effort in, what is it, 1.2 mile to his gym from your house, or from that when we lived on the same street? You should be walking it there to warm up and walking back to cool down. So if you did that 3 times a day, you've got 7.5 mile cardio on your day, warming up and cooling down. As well as your sessions, you'd have been fit as a butcher's dog, like me. But you're not. You're just talking about it, sat at home eating lion bars. It's no good. You know what? You know when you get to 40, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to hate yourself. I told you, didn't I? I told you years ago, don't make mistakes I make. So when you get to 40, you'll be like, oh, if only. I've been like that many times in prison. If only. If only I'd have done this. If only I'd have done that. Don't be one of them guys. Don't be a coulda, woulda, shoulda. No amount of money can replace that coulda, woulda, shoulda moment. It's awful. Could have been a runner bean, and now I end up talking like Mr. Bean. It's no good. No good at all. But no, it is what it is, isn't it? But no good crying over spilt. It's no good crying over spilt milk. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to see that video. It's like, and the way it were worded, well, like you were 57-year-old and you come to end. You're not 32 for a couple of months. It's not over, but your mindset's all wrong. You need to change that. Your mindset. Like I said, shave your head, shave your beard, go get a new tracksuit, new socks, new trainers, cut your toenails, do something different, change your mindset, do it, and something might click into gear. And you might feel fresh, and then go eat healthily for 3 days or something, or do a 24-hour fast, just have water. Get your mind working properly. Try and get yourself into gear, and then go train yourself. You're training fighters, you don't need a trainer. Just get yourself into condition, get down to about 16.5 stone, And then you go again. You've got something to work with then. Go see Chris Smedley. There's a gym near your house anyway. Go get fit. And then when you're ready, go see Chris. He'll do your corner for you and take you on pads. Go do something instead of talking about it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. What we on here? An handful of fights since David Price. It's embarrassing. You're not even fighting once a year or something. What's that? Honestly, unbelievable. It is what it is, isn't it? But like I said, walking around looking like, where's old Gummidge? Coulda, woulda, shoulda, like some waste man. Well, sort yourself out. You know what I mean? You have the world at your feet, man. Absolute world at your feet. Just winds me up. Winds me up. You'll never get over that Debar thing. Of course it's going to do you in. That Lovejoy thing, well, you got offered another fight, didn't you? And you knocked that back. You tried to gate crash the world top 15 because that Lovejoy had a ranking. That would have been by defraud. Anyway, that's everything that you're against. Anyway, you know that, David. Take this as a bollocking. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not like all them around you. Do you remember all them gimps that you had around you with that gimp following? They were patting you on back and all having a laugh when you're coming out to the ring. Everybody laughing in the arena when you're coming out like, Dave's on here like some figure of fun job. Like Jam Roly Poly, Joe Egan, everybody laughing, even commentator. Oh, yeah, but he's funny on Twitter. Is that what you want to be remembered for? Take your son away from social media, change your full appearance and get fit, and get rid of all hangers on. You only need you, your missus and your kids, because when all's said and done, that's all you need. Don't need any of them others. Get rid of father and all them others. What are they good to you? Get rid of all them and just be your own man. Be your own man. Get rid of everybody. You need your missus and your kids. And do it on your own and get in shape and then start piping up. And then people will take you serious. Till then, we don't want to hear your belly aching and ball aching on IFL. It's become boring now. This, Usyk knocked me out while I was stood up when I was snoring. It's a boring, boring story. Is that going to be your legacy now? Oh, he got knocked out by Usyk in sparring. Is that it? Is that what we're going to remember you for? Are you going to win a fucking belt? All right, you want a belt? Got one here for you. Want that? Want this? Take that if you want. It's a good belt, but it's a belt, isn't it? A snake belt. That's all you wear, a snake belt. Go put some fucking effort in. Belly aching. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I've got no time for people. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know. It's not about money, but asking Bricktop for more dough, it is what it is, isn't it? Jog on with your sob stories. Boring. Anyway, let's move on from the adventures of Tintin. You know, let's move on. So, Big John Fury piping up. Hey, that kid who put it on Big John Fury. What's he called? What's his called, that kid? The Daily Star kid. Well done to you, the Daily Star, young ginger egg kid in that Daily Star YouTube interview with Big John Fury. You tiptoed around it and you put it on him. Well, when he said, no, let's not talk about that. It's BS, grown men with the bellies hanging out, having bare knuckle fights. No. What you should have said, Carrot Top, is this. John, we need to talk about it because you said you are 100-0 on the hard road, bare knuckle. And you beat the Irish 1992 champion for 100 grand, but you forgot the man's name. That's in Wally Down's column in the Sun newspaper, the interview. John, can you tell us about the guy that you fought for £100,000, the Irish bare knuckle 1992 champion? You know, for the life of me, Wally, I can't remember the man's name. Shut it down straight away, like he did you, Carrot Top. That's when you should have said, oh no, we need to talk about that, John, because that's why I'm here. You draw him in, then you go for kill. Like I would have done with Joe Egan on Zoom. Drawn him in, let's talk about Mike. And then I've got some proper stuff to ask him. He won't come and face me. So I'm going to have to go another route. Isn't that right? Big Joe Egan, Billy Liar, Big Bully. Bully of the highest order, Joe Egan. Come on here, take me on here. Exactly. Exactly. So it is what it is. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, Big John Fury, who were the fair play men when you had these 100 fights? Nobody's come forward to say they fought you. Nobody's come forward to say they were there. There's no footage. There's no referee. There's no where, when, how, what. It's just knackers for the sake of chatting knackers. And once you tell a lie, you've got to tell another, haven't you? Or you've got to shut it down. Because all you say after that, it's no good, is it? That's why nobody believes anything Eddie Hills says anymore, or Bricktop, or Furies. Nobody believes them no more, do they? Because we're just sick to death of it. We're up here, aren't we? Drug test, not drug test. He's cleared, he ain't cleared. There's an hearing, there ain't an hearing. What? Am I going mad here? Am I going mad? I've got opportunities to do other things here than this. But this is food and drink to me, this. This is in my dinner hour, this. Dinner hour today doing this. Well, dinner 2 hours. Got a lot done today, but unbelievable. But like I said, when they start chatting like that and they get pulled up on it, they shut it down or they go missing, a bit like Tyson Fury when he had it put on him about that 7 million to homeless in Cedar, California. He had it put on him, didn't he, by that Channel 4 guy? What did he say? Shut him down. It's none of your business what I do. Well, why brag about it then? Elton John don't brag about it. Go on company house. He's getting 1 million a year away. Don't brag about it. It's on his company house. Well, they can do, can't they, in America and that, can't they? They can give so much to charity and that. We don't brag about it. It's better charity having it than tax, man, isn't it? So why mention it, Tyson? It didn't happen. They just do it to court favours. Piers Morgan's still waiting for his £1 million bet to charity. On Piers Morgan's show, where's that? Why don't Kugan ask you about that, Tyson? Full of it, aren't they? They say things for the sake of it and then deal with it after and just shut you down. Nobody dare ask them, dare they? Liars and vagabonds. Shh. Glue their heads back on. The Gad. I want to know if it were a bird who painted your toenails or you. Because on that photograph on your Wikipedia, Gad, you've got your toenails painted black. Just Google Gareth A. Davis. Toenails painted black. Both you're on that rock at beach or something. With your big feet, you've got your toenails painted black. What sort of a man would paint his toenails with black nail varnish? Well, yet you're telling people it's that dark navy blue, like whatever it is, it's nail varnish. Why would macho men in boxing have you around them when you paint your toenails? People who do that in jail get passed around with a skirt on them in long time nicks. Monster Mansion in Wakefield, Full Sutton. There's men walking around with the toenails painted. You already got long hair. Backs to the wall. You're asking Dylan White if he showers. Do you shower? Dylan, do you shower before a fight? Why do you want to get in the shower with him? Jesus. You know what I mean? Has anybody seen that interview with the Gad and that PC Gully from Boxing King Media? Yeah, that's right. Serving policemen. Getting full access in boxing. Like you do. You couldn't make it up, could you? The characters with me is unbelievable. I'm not going to give Flex any stick since Frotch were bigging him up the other day saying he'd let him train him. I know. But Dominic Ingle's never been in Nick, so he don't understand, does he? They don't know. Half of them don't know what they're doing, but there is people in industry who are letting this guy have access who should know better. Yeah, there is. People should know better, but hey ho, who let him in? Somebody let him in, didn't they? Somebody let him in. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But at the moment, he is asking challenging questions, but not that challenging. When he gets some unlucky, shits his pants, don't you, PC Gully? But you are asking semi-challenging questions. But at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, you're still in HMP Portville. All right. and you'll not be getting a bail application in just yet. So you're going to need more to put your bail application in. You're going to need to impress the hell out of me, PC Gully. Hey, embarrassing, man. And no, I ain't going to Ash's show next. Ash, I know you're watching. I ain't coming to yours and Izzy's show to do your PR. February 9. What? Surrounded by old Bill? Walking around with a camera in dressing rooms interviewing fighters for you. I ain't doing it, mate, for any amount of money. So no, I'm not. I'm not doing it, I'm afraid. I ain't going. But thanks for the offer, mate. But no, I can't. My pride won't let me. Not when you've got them sort of people around you, mate. It's not for me. All right. It is what it is. We spoke about Brooke and Eubank, haven't we? And Ben and Beefy, the four-sided coin. Well, Brooks 38, he's finished. Eubank's finished. He don't want a legacy fight. Ben's a drug cheat and Beefy's shot to death. So why are we even giving these greedy sods airtime? Kell Brooks, the best lad out a lot of them. And he's took bad advice all his career. And I feel sorry for him because he's probably at a loose end. He don't know what to do with his life because he ain't got much after boxing. You can have millions in bank, but he's got no else going for him, really. So he looks like one of them that might struggle with outboxing. But I think he could make a great trainer, me. I really, really do, honestly, because he does everything perfect, doesn't he? Everything to the textbook. He got it off to a T. And if he could take that and bring somebody up who's turning pro, I reckon he could go a long way, Kelbrook, as a trainer. But it is what it is. I'd like to see him with his own gym. I could get behind Kelbrook being a trainer, me. So, trainers being commentators, what do I think of it? Well, I think somebody like Bombay Dave being a commentator at Sky is a conflict of interest because he's going to want to not do anybody favours and make them look bad or make certain trainers bad, or I don't know. They could twist it, can't they? These people, they twist it. Look how many rematches Bean twisted when he were at Sky, but there's no room at the end for Bean no more, is there? So, but I think trainers being commentators is a conflict of interest, and serving trainers, that is, like Andy Lee and Bombay Dave. I don't want to see them as commentators at all because they've got ulterior motives, in my opinion, and they do too much damage. And when it's the friends that are fighting or the friends fighters that are fighting, there's too much bias. So no, we need people like Ian Dark and Nick Orlin. And I suppose to a certain extent, there's John Rawlins as well, because they're not trainers, are we? That's the sort of people who should be commentators, not serving trainers in the game. It's wrong, 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 wrong. Because they're all looking out for themselves. That's just how I look at it. Dylan White, what's next for him? I hope Food Banks or Dole Q. I don't care. I don't like him. He's a three-time drug cheating boxing, and I think once in combat sports. Get him out of the sport. That's it. Right. Which brings me to, we'll finish up on this one. Sonny Edwards, John Ryder, and Callum Smith. What are we today? 29th? 30th, is it? Let's have a look. We're 4 weeks into January, yeah? We're still in January. Sonny, John, and Callum all been smashed up away from home. All of them. Eddie Hill's got them all smashed up. He took his cut though, didn't he? There you go. All of them smashed up. How many more are going to get smashed up? When are we going to see one on Slab Eddie? Touch when it don't happen, but sooner or later you're going to get somebody hurt. You are going to get somebody hurt. But hey ho, nobody's going to say, nobody's going to rock Eddie's little boat. Well, they all do really on the WhatsApps and behind the scenes, but they're not going to come on the social media and say it, are they? I would. I'd tell them to the face. But hey ho. Well, that's about it really. Okie dokie. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Leaving a comment. Go on, get gone.
You like that one, didn't you? Right, first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me because we're on this journey together, aren't we? So anybody got any ideas for the channel, fire them over to me, porkycorner@mail.com. All right. Shout out to Innovation Alloys, and South Yorkshire packaging. All right, don't forget to subscribe. Keep on trucking.